Hey guys, Shade Tree Fix-It Man here. I'm down in my woodworking shop and I have a fix-it project for you today. I'm going to show you how to use high-performance wood filler. So get your paper and pencil ready, sharpen your brain, and let's get to it. Okay, so this is the project that we're going to be working on today. My wife and I are in the process of refinishing an old cabinet to use in our kitchen, and it has an issue. Let me zoom in here for you. It has an issue in a couple of places on each door, like this spot right here, and the mating surface on the other one, where things were rubbing over the years, and I'm not sure exactly how it got to be like that, but we need to fill this in. We need to fill this hole in because that's not used anymore. And you could use regular wood putty, but being on an edge like this, it wouldn't stick very long, and it would eventually break up. But there is material that you can use that will be much more long-lasting and much stronger and much faster to use as well. And we call it high-performance wood filler. But let me swing you over here now, and I'm going to swing you over to my storage area. And right on that shelf there is some high-performance wood filler. Can you see that high-performance wood filler there? Can you see it? Let me zoom in on. Can you see that stuff right there? No, I'm not talking about that stuff in the back there. I'm talking about that stuff right there. You call it Bondo body filler. It's used on automobiles. But you know what? If you go to the lumber yard to buy that stuff, it comes in a can. Oftentimes I've seen it made by Minwax. And they want to charge you, well, it's been a while since I bought any that way because I learned the secret. They want to charge you anywhere from $12 to $20 for a little pint can of that high-performance wood filler. And the first time I bought some, I thought, this is great. Fast drying, easy sanding, long-lasting. And so I bought some. This was many years ago now. And when I opened the can and took a whiff of it, right away I knew exactly what it was. It was a very familiar smell to me, seeing as how I had done body work for a couple of years. And yep, Bondo automotive wood filler. And you know that you can buy a quart can of that stuff a whole lot cheaper than that. Of course, that was a few years ago now. I don't know what the prices are now, but I guarantee you that regular Bondo or wood regular body filler from Walmart or someplace like that is a lot less expensive than buying high-performance wood filler. So we're going to prep this and we're going to apply it, and then I'll show you the finished product after it's painted. Okay, now the first thing we want to do is prep this area, and to prep it we need to feather the paint back so that we get a good bond. The Bondo works better when it's right up against solid wood. You like my custom workbench, an old door, but they work. So we're going to sand this and feather it back. That's not going quite fast enough. So we're going to go for something a little bit more aggressive here. Random orbital sander will work better. Okay, now we have it all sanded, you notice I even sanded down into the grooves a little bit more, so I get good bite with my Bondo. So the next thing to do is to mix up some Bondo. Okay, now that we have all our prep work done, as far as the surface itself, there's one more step that I like to use. You don't have to do this, but I think it saves a little time. I like to take a piece of wood and a piece of wax paper. And I just take the wax paper like this and wrap it around my piece of wood. And there's two ways of attaching this, and I'm putting it along the edge here. This is to help hold the Bondo in place so that it doesn't just droop off the edge, because Bondo is pretty soft when you put it on, as you'll see. And there's two ways of attaching this. Whoops, if I can hang on to this brad nail and the wood at the same time. Tack that on there, and if I could find the other brad nail on the floor, bring this up flush. Tack that on there, and I got that flush there, so when I put my Bondo in, it won't just droop off the side, and it also helps me to get it nice and flat across here. It might take a couple of coats. The other alternative to doing it that way, you see set up on the other side, same piece of wood, piece of wax paper, but I have it clamped out to mix up our Bondo. The way I was taught, golf ball size of Bondo to 1 inch of hardware. So, jump across in front of you, and all I got to do now, just make a wipe on there, and across there just like you do with some bond work. And with the wax paper on there, you don't got to worry about it too much. Okay, so we'll let that dry for a little bit, and then we'll come back and we'll sand it. It's dry, and you see I flattened this out a little bit using the Surform file. Not many people use these things anymore, I don't think, but they still work pretty good. And even over here, I haven't done any yet. You can still use your piece of wood as a guide, so you don't take too much off the edges. If you don't mind just using that piece of wood. And then all we have to do, slide our screwdriver in there behind that piece of wood. Just checking to make sure you're still in frame. Well, there it goes. I was going to make a liar out of you, just break the wood without pulling the nails. There's one nail, and there's two nails. And then all we need is a little bit of sandpaper. I can even use my power sander on here again, which I probably will. Okay, so now we have it all sanded out, and we're ready to paint. I'm not going to make you watch me paint the whole door, but I'm going to lay some paint down here on the parts that we repair. This stuff is pretty thin. It's going to take several coats. Probably 3 coats to cover. Okay. So, if you remember what it looked like before, this is the patch area right in here. I don't know about you. I don't see any holes. I don't see any divots. And it looks pretty much as the same as the areas around them. And as you notice, I'm not making this, I don't want this door to be perfect. I don't want it to look like a new door. I just want it to be whole. And it's an old vintage piece. And I want it to retain some of that vintage flavor. Well, there you have it, guys. High performance wood filler, also known as Bondo.